What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, bringing you yet another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle today. And today's opponent is going to be Frankie with a capital K for some reason. Don't know why, but anyway, moving on. Looking at his team, it looks like he's got a standard Azumarill. Everybody's got one of those. He's got Smeargle, I know what that's all about. You know, hazards and all that junk. He's got a Darmanitan, which might be Choice Scarf, might be Choice Banded. They're very often choice Pokemon. And we've got Vivillion. I'm guessing that's going to be like a Sleep Powder, Quiver Dancy thingamajig. Dusclops is, you know, the Eviolite defensive set. And then we got Prankster Whimsicott here, and I have one of those too, so I know how annoying that can be. I like to use Leech Seed and Stun Spore and all of that shit, so that'll be fun. On my side, I've got my Kumonga, Galvantula, you know, I've got Typhlosion, that's going to be a Choice Spec set. Then I've got my Specially Defensive Wall, Milotic, Physically Defensive Wall, Gliscor. I've got Espeon as my dual screener, and Scizor is going to be my Mega Evolution. And, yeah, physical attacker and all that jazz. Let's just get right into this battle, because that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the teams. So Frankie is issuing a challenge. Awesome. I'm going to start off with my Kumonga. And I've been starting off with him more and more, honestly. Before, I like to just switch it up. I still try to switch it up, but I don't know. Kumonga's just such a good lead. So I'm going to go right for the Thunder here and try to surprise him. And I thought I could kill him, honestly. I really, really thought I could kill him with that. But he just barely survives, and it turns out that he has a Citrus Berry, so that's good to know. He's not banded. I thought he might try to go for the Belly Drum, expecting the Sticky Web, and then end up killing himself, which would have been awesome, but that doesn't happen. So he goes for the Play Rough. That brings me down to my Focus Sash, and then he goes for the Aqua Jet to finish me off. And that sucks because I did not get the Sticky Web off. But I did damage this thing a lot, so that's good. I don't really have anything else on my team that can do that much damage to it, so I'm going to be able to pick it off now because it's at low enough health. So I'm going to bring in my Tinsect, Mega Evolve into Mega Scizor, and he's going to go for the Aqua Jet, and I know that's not going to do too much. He gets a crit, though, of course, while I go for the Swords Dance. I mean, I figured he might stay in here expecting a Bullet Punch, but I just wanted to go for the Swords Dance so I could do a little bit more damage to whatever comes in. So I go for the Bullet Punch there, and that takes out Azumarill, so that's that out of the way. It's one of his biggest offensive threats. Now he's going to go into Benny, and that's going to be his Dusclops. Now I'm going to have to go for the U-turn because I do not want Scizor to get Will-O-Wisped, and I go for the U-turn, and for a second I thought that was going to be a critical hit because it did a lot of damage despite not being very effective, but no, that's just how much damage it did. So I'm going to go into Espeon here. He's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to bounce that shit right back at him. And, of course, what happens? He avoids it. So that's just awesome. I'm telling you, I have the worst possible luck when it comes to Will-O-Wisp. I swear it has like 50% accuracy when I use it. Now he's going to go for the Substitute. And I'm going to switch out to Gliscor. And, you know, get my Toxic Orb off and all that stuff. So I'm poisoned. So no worries about getting burned. I'm going to go for the knockoff now, and I wasn't sure, honestly, at this point, if you can knock off an item through a substitute, but it turns out that you cannot. So that just cements that for me. Clears that up. So he's going to go for the Pain Split, and that does a little bit of damage to me, and, you know, pretty much just restores all of his health. With the Poison Heal, though, I'm almost back at full health. And I do outspeed this thing, so it's a matter of, you know, what do I want to do? Do I want to Toxic it, or do I want to knock off that Eviolite? I end up Toxicking it, and he goes for the Nightshade, and, you know, that's going to do 50 HP every time, regardless of what our defenses or attack stats are, and that's fine by me if he wants to do that. I can live those, you know, pretty much all day with Poison Heal and Protect. So now I go for the knockoff because he's not behind a substitute, and I'm going to knock off that Eviolite. So this thing is pretty much crippled. He can't go for the Will-O-Wisp, and he can't really do anything but Nightshade because, you know, he just doesn't have any other options at this point. Meanwhile, he's taking poison damage. He doesn't have his Eviolite, so he's pretty much screwed. Pretty much just disabled this thing entirely, which is awesome because Dusclops is so annoying. And I'm thinking about actually breeding myself one, so I need to kind of get on that. I need to breed some new Pokemon, honestly. And now with Pokebonk, yes, Pokebank out, I can get on some more, you know, diversity for my teams and whatnot. But anyway, I finally knock off this Dusclops and get rid of him, because he's just terribly annoying. So Gliscor did a good job there, and now Olivia, the Darmanitan, is going to come in, and he's going to go straight for the Flare Blitz. I'm going to guess that this thing is going to be Scarfed, and that does a lot of damage. A lot of damage, even to Gliscor. So I just go for the Earthquake, thinking I can probably kill it in one hit. It doesn't have the best defenses, and it does indeed. So another big offensive threat out of the way. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was banded. I'm not sure exactly. I'm pretty sure it would have outsped me anyway, but because I'm not running any speed investment. So now Vivillion's going to come in and go for the Hurricane. He gets a crit, but it doesn't matter. And I'm pretty sure these things run compound eyes, so Hurricane is going to have a lot better accuracy. More like what, 92, 93% accuracy instead of 70. So I can bring in my Typhlosion now, go for the Eruption, and kill this thing off, right? No, wrong. It has a Focus Sash, and it also has Sleep Powder with compound eyes. You know, that's going to have almost perfect accuracy. So Typhlosion is asleep. Now he can pretty much start spamming Quiver Dances if he wants to, or just go straight for the Hurricane. It turns out that he goes for the Quiver Dance here, which I think is the better move, because now he's gonna, you know, definitely be faster than me. He can go for the Hurricane, and there's nothing that I can do about it. I'm still fast asleep, and somehow I survived it with 15 HP, but I stay asleep. So he's gonna be able to finish me off the next turn. He's just going to go for the Bug Buzz. It's not very effective, but it doesn't matter. Only had 15 HP left, so Typhlosion goes down without really doing too much, and that's a shame. Typhlosion really struggles when I do not have Sticky Web up on the field. I noticed that. Not that it would have mattered for this Vivillion, because it doesn't get affected by that, but either way. So he's going to switch out his Vivillion here and go into his Whimsicott, because I'm bringing in Scizor, so I decided to go for the Bullet Punch. It's going to be super effective on Whimsicott because it is part Fairy type now, but these are usually physically defensive sets with a bold nature, and I'm guessing that's exactly what this is, because it survives the super effective Bullet Punch, and it's probably going to go for, you know, Leech Seed or Stun Spore here, and I'm going to go right into Espeon to reflect that back. He does go for the Leech Seed, and Espeon is doing some serious work with some magic bouncing today. Hasn't really done much in the way of battling, but that's irrelevant. This Whimsicott really can't do anything. Most of the time they have almost all status moves. A lot of times the only attacking move they have is U-turn, and sometimes they don't even have that. They just have Taunt instead. So he goes for the Toxic, it bounces that back. I don't think he had anything else to do. I think he was just sacking it off. The Toxic ends up missing when it goes back to him, but I just kill him with a Psyshock. So now Vivillion's going to come in, go for the Psyshock on him as well. And yeah, Vivillion goes down, so now all he has left is his Daryl, which is his Smeargle, and I'm really surprised that he saved this for pretty much the end of the battle, because, I don't know, they normally like to come out first and go for the, you know, entry hazards and stuff, and I did not see a Focus Sash there. It just happened to take him down to almost no HP. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, he goes for the Endeavor that almost kills Espeon. I mean, Endeavor can't kill you, but it brings him down to very low health. And I was going to go for the Sticky Web as I bring in my Scizor. I'm just going to go for the Bullet Punch. He can't stop that. There's nothing he can do. And Daryl goes down. Goodbye, Smeargle. This team had a lot of annoying Pokemon. But thankfully, it didn't seem like they really gelled a whole lot. And I was able to get past them. So not a bad battle. Not bad at all. And thankfully I was able to get rid of, you know, Darmanitan and Azumarill pretty early in the match without too much of a problem, because Azumarill was only able to get one kill and Darmanitan didn't get any kills, and actually Milotic didn't even get into this battle at all, so it ended up working out in my favor, definitely. That's pretty much it for this time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it to see more awesome content like this coming your way. I will see you guys next time. Game on.